How's it going, lads? So today's video is a special one because I've finally done something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. I've made my enduro bike into a downduro bike. What does that mean? So pretty much I've put my dream components on it, which includes a downhill fork. Well, this has been a long time coming. Not too shaky. They're so sick, aren't they? That's ace. Cool. Now, I've been wanting to do this ever since I saw Harry Mayne do it back in like 2018 with Santa Cruz Nomad. And ever since I've seen some other people do it, such as Vital MTV and a few people who I know personally, I've just always wanted to do it. It should go without saying, but I'm not encouraging anyone to do this to their bike. There are certain things that definitely you should think about before. One, it voids your warranty on certain frames, such as mine. So I am not encouraging anyone to do this, and I do not recommend anyone doing this. Anything you do to your own bike is your responsibility. So, however, I would be very interested to have a conversation with people as to why it voids the warranty. Just a thought, that out of the way, let's talk about what I want to do. So obviously I put some Hope V4 brakes on my bike. I did that quite a while ago, but I thought it'd just be good to mention. However, I have upgraded the rotors to a 203 front and rear, which I personally really enjoy. Next, obviously the downhill fork. This fork is a DVO Onyx D1. So I've never ridden DVO. I've always been very interested in DVO, but I've never had a chance to ever ride any of their suspension. I'm very much so looking forward to giving this a go. Next are the wheels. So I've upgraded to some Hope Fortis 30 wheels with the Hope Pro 4 hub. These were my dream wheels. I've always loved the look. And ever since I saw the hubs, I was just always been on my mind of something I'd love. Next, Michelin Wild Enduro racing line tyres. So these aren't the DH22 or the 34, however, they have the same casing, which I believe is a 3-ply casing, which ever since I saw Brog Vestovic at Hardline, I've always wanted Michelin tyres and I've always wanted them. And then a few little things, like I've upgraded my bottom bracket from a steel bearing bottom bracket to a ceramic bearing bottom bracket. Okay, so I'll move on to the build laps and hopefully you enjoy, and I'll pop back in for anything that I want to add to it on the next clip. Alright, that's it. It's all together. It all fit beautifully well. Now, the only thing left to do is ride it. So I took it to the Forest of Dean for my first ever ride on it. On with the next clip.
brake. Oh gosh, don't run.
Like the broken one on the right, not the left.
Is it?
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to land on you. Yeah, you do feel me.
Nowhere near the speed. Oh. 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 Apologies for the squealy brake. Oh, days, man. I'm a little bit flat. Alright lads, haven't really given my opinion of what I think of my upgrades so far, and because they're not good. The rear brake's binding, so I've never felt more unfit in my life. My headset keeps coming loose, no idea why. Tightened it up 3 times, and I've only ridden for like an hour at that, so not good, every 20 minutes. And yeah, I'm having to push back down. Overall though, bike feels really good. A few problems to sort out, and hopefully we'll be on for ride number 2. See you in a bit lads. Ew. Man, I'm sad. Dude, I'm gonna get a flipping Carrera and I'm gonna have like the best time of my life, man. Don't need a good bike. Get a full rigid gravel bike When it breaks, go on Facebook Marketplace, buy another one for 150 quid, swap anything that needs replacing, and then bam, easy. No undone headsets, no thick ass rotor with a thick ass e-bike pads that are slowing you down, and decide, oh no, I don't want a star nut. Who wants a star nut? They're back in the day. I'm gonna get a headset doctor. Yeah, rant over.
So yeah, that didn't go as planned. Most of what went wrong was to do with the headset doctor, and what that is an expanding plug that goes in your steerer tube and acts as a star nut. Basically, I tried to be a bit too smart and I tried to not hammer something into my steerer, which I wasn't comfortable to do. Yeah, and it came loose 3 times on the day, and then after that I tightened the crap out of the expanding plug. Still came undone. And what was happening was it was slipping inside the steerer. So it wasn't the bolt that was coming loose, it was the actual expanding plug moving inside the steerer. So after asking my dad and him doing it up to CJ Talk, and you should have heard the noise that came out of it, man. I thought it was just gonna snap. So after that, it has not come undone, touch wood. And it's been golden. It works as a headset. However, I would personally just recommend going with a straight star nut. I don't particularly recommend the headset doctor. It was just such a headache to sort out. I'd personally recommend just going with a star nut and then calling it a day. Next was, the other big problem I was having was my brakes were binding, and which, to be fair, it wasn't a surprise, seeing as I went with a thicker rotor. The Magura rotors that I used are 2mm in diameter, and most of the Hope rotors are 1.8, I believe. And I also used e-bike pads, which are thicker pads. So bigger rotor, thicker pads, doesn't really make the best combination. After working the pistons back and spending about 15 minutes just aligning the caliper, I eventually got it to spin freely. So after all the problems that I've had, I'm hoping it's fixed for the next time we go out. And unfortunately, I didn't get to film much either of the times I've been out on it. Since filming all these clips, I have been out a lot more, and I've got a few clips from that which I'll hopefully be putting in now. I don't regret anything I've done to this bike. The brakes are amazing. The brakes are phenomenal. They feel so great. The modulation is perfect. The bike point is how I want it. They never heat up. The wheels, the tyres, the fork, it's great. The only thing that I have changed since filming this is I had a Michelin Wild Enduro front and rear, and since riding it, it dragged like a pig. I ended up deciding to go with a faster rolling Michelin Wild Enduro rear. I still have the Michelin Wild Enduro front, which I plan on using on a bike coming soon, along with a lot of the spare parts that I had off of my privateer before, and that will hopefully be making an appearance very soon. Regarding the fork, I would say it's drastically improved the bike. I wouldn't say the small bump compliance is any better. The RockShox Lyric is a beautifully supple fork. I never once thought that I'd like more sensitivity, but where I really noticed it was medium-sized, almost braking bump hits. The steering felt precise and it tracked rather than getting a little bit more disturbed. It felt it feels like my entire bike has just been planted. It doesn't get disturbed, it doesn't get knocked offline, it just tracks and makes it feel so much more stable. I couldn't imagine it better. It rides exactly how I wanted it to ride. I am just so happy with it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this starter, please let me know. And as always, enough chatting, go ride your bikes. See you later, lads.